Well, good morning, everyone. Here we are on March the 20th. Wow, the 20th already. God is good. So, as we're reading through Deuteronomy here, there's just so much. There's so much. Deuteronomy is fast becoming one of my current favorite books out of the Bible. I don't know what it is with this reading for me personally, but I'm receiving so much revelation out of the root of things, and I'm seeing things that are established in the law that just reveals the Father's heart in a huge way. And maybe it's just at this time I'm a lot more open. I'm willing to have my perspective changed, and I'm just willing for Him to be Him, and I want to see Him as Him. And right here in Deuteronomy 28 that we read this morning. Now, if you really obey the Lord your God's voice, that really stands out for me, your God's voice, by carefully keeping all His commandments. It seems that His voice and His commandments are presented separately here. Now, if you really obey the Lord your God's voice by carefully keeping all His commandments that I'm giving you right now, then the Lord your God will set you high above all nations on earth. And one of the things that I've been exploring this week is the fact that God's design, his whole purpose, is that He will be revealed through us by the blessings. That He wants us to be blessed, that He wants us to be successful, that He wants us to be prosperous. He wants to reveal Himself through us, and it's what we owe the world. It's our purpose. It's why we're here. We're not here for ourselves. The blessings aren't about us. The blessings are about our Lord. And here, all the way through Deuteronomy, all the way through the establishment of the law, God is saying, I'm going to reveal myself to the nations through you. You are going to be prosperous. You're going to be successful. In your success, there's going to be no poor people because you are going to love each other. You are going to take care of each other. He establishes this so that nobody will look in and see disease. Nobody will look in and see poverty. Nobody will look in and see warts, but they'll look in and see a holy people, a people who are possessed, a people who reflect well their holy God. That's what He's establishing here. And it's no different. We find the same scriptures under the New Covenant. If you look up Romans 5:17, it talks about us reigning in life. That's not reigning over the people. You've got to balance that off with what Jesus talked about. Leadership in the kingdom isn't like the leadership in the world. It's a thing of service. A thing of service. Not that people get to boss you around, but a life that your life is about them succeeding. It's about helping them come into their own in God. That's what leadership is in the church. Leadership isn't about themselves. It's not self-promotion. It is about promoting God in people's lives and helping them find that path and helping them to discover these secrets, these wonderful things. At the end of our reading today, it was written that the mysteries belong to God, but the secret things are revealed to us, to our children. And this is what it's important. So in Romans 5:17, this reigning in life means that money doesn't reign over us, but we reign over our money. That we have wisdom, and it's all about wisdom. That we have wisdom in our relationships, we have wisdom over our finances, we have wisdom over all these things, so that the function of God flows. The function of God flows through us, and that it starts with love. It all starts with love. We love because He loved us. Our love is passionate for Him. And part of that passion is desiring to walk in that righteousness. Another word for righteousness is obedience, doing what God wants, God's will, God's plan, God's law, all that he has for us, all his design, that we want to function in that design. Not coming up with doctrines that explain away why we're failing in these things. Not trying to say, well, God doesn't work this way anymore. That's ridiculous. We're just making excuses for our own laziness. And I say it's laziness. I hate admitting these things, but we have to bring these things into the light. When you live a safe life that has no risks, that's laziness. See, faith requires battles. Faith requires risks. Faith requires stepping into what you can't do yourself. Faith requires that we step into that area where only God can complete things. And we don't want to be there. We want to be in a safe place. We want a nest egg. We want that white picket fence. We want a comfortable life. We don't mind going out and doing good deeds. We don't mind going out and having people appreciate us because of the kind things that we do. But as much as God's love can be revealed in those things, who He is not. God is love. That is one of His many attributes. God is love. It's not that God is loving. It's not that He has a character of love. God's attribute is love. It is who He is. I can have the character of love, but I am not love, because my character changes. Character changes over a period of time. Who I was 20 years ago is not who I am now. My character changes. It evolves according to knowledge, according to growth, according to experience, according to, hopefully it's getting better. Hopefully the character is increasing and not decreasing, but it can decrease as well. We can allow things to shape us. Who should shape us is our God. By His attributes. We're affected by His attributes. So I get off track there, didn't I? Anyway, let's wake up to this. Let's stop arguing about this. Let's stop being lazy about these things. Let's step out where He's telling us to step out. Generosity. Listen, you cannot understand finances in the kingdom until you get a grip of generosity. It is what it's like love. It's a beginning place. Everything comes out of that place. So you're meant to be successful today. You're meant to meet with success. Sometimes the success, we have to lose some things. Sometimes it's loss. Sometimes we have to experience that loss before we get to walk into places that He wants us to walk into. We have to let go of things that are precious to us, things that are important to us, comforts. He's really challenging me on this right now, and I'm realizing what a safe life I've tried to live. And that's not what I'm called to. Never been called to that. Some of you who know me know that some of the greatest moments of my life has been when I've stepped out in that faith, in that risk taking, where I've just abandoned it all and gone for it. And that's supposed to be our life all the time. It is. So understand that He wants to lift us up. He wants us to be examples. He wants to pour His goodness through us. He wants His blessings poured through us. The church is so much more than it is. The church is so much more than we're allowing her to be. And I just pray the shackles fall off, and she rises up to be exactly who she's supposed to be, that we will rise up and be exactly who we're supposed to be. I'm surprised. I never expected to find all this. I mean, what is this? My 30th time reading through the Bible, and I've seen it, but the heart, the faith gives understanding to the mind. Faith, because that's the place that I've entered into, that faith will lead the intellect, and that's what I'm seeing right now, is through those eyes, and I'm seeing some really great stuff. So God is so good. So you be blessed in this day, be encouraged, and seek Him with all your heart. God bless.